Bitcoin saw the breakout to the upside and is trading here now at $111,700. Even also grabbed the liquidity in direction of $112,000. But we're creating a massive CME gap below us, which would be potentially also get filled in the next couple of days, or even maybe also today. This and many more we want to talk about in today's video. So definitely stick around and let's directly start here on Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart. So when we're starting here on our 15-minute chart, we can see over the weekend sideways moves here on Bitcoin and then the breakout on yesterday. We exactly also trade this breakout here as we are leaving this range at $110,400. So the trade is still open. And also I want to give you a quick update about the trade. I even shared it already in our Telegram channel. So I took already some profits. So 50% of the trade I already took some profit because we're creating a massive CME gap below. But for this one we want to take a closer look later. And the trade will be keep running. So stop loss is already in profit. We will maybe later also scale this trade to the upside, so which means we can also build up the position here a little bit higher. Otherwise, when we are going here on the 15-minute chart here on Bitcoin, we can also clearly see we broke our 50 moving average to the upside. This was exactly the sign where we opened the trade. And now also broke here the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart to the upside, respecting it right now. So get a small correction now here to the downside, respecting the 200 moving average to the upside. Next target zone would be here the 50 moving average on the daily chart. And this is exactly the next level we have to watch a little bit closer about. Next important level for Bitcoin, definitely the high here at $114,100. So kind of in this range. We have also a little bit more of imbalance sitting. So at least if you're taking out these high at $114,000, we should expect way more continuation for Bitcoin to the upside. But we have one thing also in mind. For sure we break now here our resistance line to the upside, but we're creating a massive CME gap below us. So it could potentially even also that we're getting here one more leg to the downside, fill the CME gap, because here we have seen the CME gap is starting here at $109,900. So getting one more leg to the downside before we get here our move in top of $114,800. Even for there we can have a quick look on the liquidation. Let's refresh this quickly, and there we can also see exactly 108,000, and there we can also see exactly where the CME gap is starting. Also the liquidity is building down below there. So even also here we have to keep in mind that could potentially getting here one more leg to the downside, fill the CME gap. It don't needs to be filled directly right now. So we could potentially also see here more continuation to the upside, like a little bit sideways move, retesting the EMAs, getting here one more leg to the upside before we then get here the CME gap filled. But keep one thing in mind, 99% the CME gap will be definitely get filled. We saw it massive times before. So also here we saw a massive CME gap here. So also here in August, we saw a massive CME gap to the downside. So this one was a bullish CME gap. Right now, it's kind of bearish for us. Here we have a massive CME gap to the upside, and it takes briefly over a month to fill the CME gap. So also potentially we can also see here it takes a little bit more time before we fill our CME gap to the downside. Back to the liquidity, we can clearly see right now, yes, we have some liquidity to the downside, even also $106,000. The liquidity is still sitting there. We talked many times about the liquidity on this channel, but we are building also way more liquidity to the upside in direction of $117,000 to $120,000. So there could be also a move here in direction of $120,000, very likely in the cards. Otherwise, also Bitcoin during this September, we can quickly refresh. So we can see 3% already in September up. So regarding we got this massive drop to the downside, September is a still bullish month for Bitcoin right now. So it seems to be that we're exactly closing also September with green candles. October, November, as I mentioned already before, these are the strongest months here for Bitcoin. Before we go in the Nasdaq and talking about the very important data coming this week out, let's go also in the daily chart for Bitcoin. Because here on the daily chart, even we got a CME gap to the downside, Bitcoin looking still super strong here on the daily chart. We can clearly see we have our support line which came on from the last previous high here in December. which have here a resistance now acting as support right now here. So we got a perfect bounce over here in August, end of August, and also here a perfect bounce here in the last couple of days already. So there could potentially also here, meaning this one would be the final shakeout to the downside and see continuation to the upside. For this reason, we definitely have to break here this high at $117,000. So at least if we are able to break this high here at $117,500, the downtrend for Bitcoin will be broken. Yes, we are break here now in our structure here to the upside, so also we can potentially say that this downtrend is already broken, but the main structure will be cleared as soon we are reaching $117,000 for Bitcoin. Where you can open a new long position right now, in my opinion, wait for a small pullback, at least even maybe also the fill of the CME gap before getting here in a new long position. I am trading all my trades here on Bitunix. They have a campaign running, 20% deposit bonus directly for you, even also trading level VIP, so definitely check out this in the video description. Otherwise, for the next trade, there we go here back again in our 50-minute chart. So where you can get here in new long positions. Right now we are creating here a little bit more downside move, getting direction of the 50 moving average on the 50-minute chart. So potentially I will open a new, or you can potentially open a new position as soon we are filling out these vector candle on the weekly low. So this is a good opportunity to get here in a new position, because also here we got resistance, flip this in support, because we are breaking here this level to the upside. So this is quite a good idea level to get here in a new long position. Quick look also on the Nasdaq before opening, doing here very strong, is on direction of the last high. So I expect here also by US opening, maybe getting here also in a new all-time high on Nasdaq. Hopefully also the Bitcoin will following our Nasdaq chart, which means also Bitcoin getting here the next move into higher levels. Big outlook also about the next data. So today we are getting no data coming out, but on Tuesday we have consumer data coming out. On Wednesday we have also PME data coming out, job claim rates on Thursday, and on Friday non-farm payment rates and also unemployment rates. So there could potentially even also a little bit more volatility came in the market. So this is definitely our outlook, what we're having for the next couple of days here. Have one thing in mind, the Asian market is closed on Wednesday. So on Wednesday they have public holidays, so there will no trading here on the Asian market. So the Hong Kong market will be closed and the main volatility will become here from the US market. And that's basically also all from the video today. Trade position is in profit. As soon I make some adjustments here on my trade, I will keep you updated in our Telegram group. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see you in the next update video tomorrow.